Welcome back to Beards and Barbarians. This episode is going to be a very, very sad episode, for this is episode 59. I'm not even going to go there yet. Haha, tricked ya. We're going to go right into the announcements, and then you'll find out why this is going to be a very sad session. And again, before we get in, I want to thank our guest stars from last session. Go check out Hannah Plays D&D and Run DMG, both on TikTok and on Instagram. They did awesome in our last few sessions. They were awesome guest stars, and you should go share the love. Austin, if you want to take it away.
Joe, if you can real quick, I'm trying to get this shit adjusted. This crap adjusted. Wow, already. All right. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
You know what we need.
Nice. Yep, nope, I wasn't typing.
It's not the lowest either.
Alright. Well, I will kick us off with announcements then. So, for everybody that hasn't been around, James over at Dragon's Nest Delivery does a monthly D&D subscription box. This is their logo. It is adorable. It is a mimic and a dragon. Inside these boxes, every single month comes with a one-shot, homebrewed music to go with that one-shot, miniatures, 2 sets of dice. One is always metal. Comes with snacks, and honestly, it's a pretty good value, around $40. Considering metal dice cost about $40. All said and said, beards are cool, 15% off. Go check it out. Link is in our link tree. It is on our About on our Twitch, and it's on our TikTok. Go check it out.
It's everywhere. All right, our second sponsor since the beginning of the campaign, as always, Brandon is blurry. Oh, no, never mind. Is W Energy. It is also everywhere. You can find it in our link tree. I think the link tree itself is everywhere, so we're good there. You click on it, great all-natural tasting powdered energy drink. You put in one of their shaker cups, which they also sell. There it is. Good
It has a
demonstration.
little ball in it. A little spiral ball that you can flatten. I love that thing.
For us married
Best
folks, that comes in handy. And if you go, you can shop and buy all their stuff, and you type in Nat20 Beards, and you get 10% off the entire thing. And it's amazing, and it's such a great deal.
The big percent.
And I think that's all I got. And we're just gonna go into the intro, because Brad is just staring down. Intro time.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Welcome back.
Nope, just welcome. It's just the intro. We're not an interview.
Well, waiting for our technical difficulties. The other announcement is, if you go check our TikTok out, we are releasing Campaign 2 trailers of our characters starting this week. So this week I kicked off my intro. Next week's it will be Steve's. Thank you, Dragnex. Week after that, Brandon's, and then you'll have to stay tuned to see the rest. We will be releasing them every single week leading up to Campaign 2. And we'll have some other stuff for you guys as well to get insights into how our characters talk to each other, how we interact, and a little bit about the backstory of the world. So there's a setting for you guys to jump in on.
So exciting.
So exciting.
So
And
exciting.
speaking of a setting,
Oh, and Alex is
last
back.
episode. Oh, welcome back, Alex. Last episode of Beards and Barbarians, we took off with the party having a great encounter with King Welsh. After resolving this issue, they were met with the horsemen. Cars, Jimathorn, and Rubio fought them off very bravely, downing Vlad, making her retreat back to her. My goodness, there's
Coffin.
one of those days. Going back to her coffin, and as the party arose, went upon their day, Sabira returned, freeing Onyx from captivity, and trying to figure out a plan with Jimithorn to free his name. The party found where Vlad was in this Necron shop. After destroying the coffin, killing Vlad once and for all, the curse escaped through a window that was open in the room. Later on, Jimithorn told the party his plan. He was going to go challenge the one that could not be defeated in the greatest arena. And if he were to win this fight, he could prove his innocence. Upon this fight, Jimithorn was losing greatly, being smacked and stunned every single attack that this giant Celestial would throw at him. And finally, Jimithorn laid down his weapon, knowing this Celestial was lawful good and could not harm someone who was unarmed. The arena itself defended Jim, hoping for this to work. Before it did, Azamar ran away, or retreated to be precise, upset that this fight was concluded in the way it was, and Jimithorn proved himself loyal, and before everything went well, Sabira, someone the party thought they could trust, turned out to be corrupted and attacked Jimithorn. The entire party jumped in, trying to protect Jimithorn, and upon doing so, they lost Eldarion. As he was turned to dust, enraged in a body of fire, Raven and Kars downed Sabira. Raven taking the final blow. They realized their job in the Great Empire was done. Exiting out of the arena, they knew this was the last time they were possibly going to see Jim for a very long time, for they had lost Eldarion and Sabira, two members of their party they thought they could trust. Meanwhile, Kailu was nowhere to be found in the party, as she, the day before, had gone into the void, feeling some sort of disturbance within her. And this is not where we start tonight's episode. In fact, we started a day advance. As we move into the future, we travel to Eden's Garden, where we are introduced to Nar and our new character that is played by Steve. Steve, could you introduce your character really quick?
Absolutely. I am playing Caspian Seabreeze. Caspian Seabreeze is a Water Genasi creation bard. The best way to describe him is he doesn't know a stranger. He's friends with everyone, or attempts to be friends with everyone. Let me actually give it that. He's always the center of attention. He believes that the world is ugly and it is his job to make it beautiful, and the best way to describe him is flamboyant.
I like him already.
And Caspian and Nar sit at a table as you can see the two of them writing scrolls as they're copying from one scroll to another in Eden's Garden's library.
Caspian, I told you, work on the facts. You don't need to add all the filigree and, nice drawings and doodles in the margins. We're just here to copy scrolls and take them back to the library.
Nothing true.
But Nar, if I can't be beautiful and make the books beautiful, what is the fucking point? I've got to make them beautiful. It is my job to make the world more beautiful. If you want to be boring and drab, that's your business, not mine.
I'm not looking to be boring and drab. These are just copies. We're going to copy them into actual books later. Then we can make them pretty.
But why waste all the time doing them here? If we can't make them beautiful now, why make them beautiful later? Why waste our time on these?
Oh, gods, you're more stubborn than Raven.
You always talk about Raven and how he's stubborn. I can't wait to meet this man.
I think you two will get along swimmingly. Just small word. Very small.
Well, how do you have any way of getting a hold of them? With all the crap that's been going on around here, we could use some help. And I miss Kailu. Everyone around here's so boring. She's my best friend, and I really want to see her again.
Miss Kyler too, but I don't. And honestly, I'm kind of working on this library thing. That and making sure Mom's okay. Yeah, she's doing better though. She walked a little further today. World Tree healed her from a little bit, but still very weak.
Well, at least she's getting better. You can't complain about that.
I just wish it was a little faster. Plus, I kind of hate being, on the sidelines. Not that I hate being here, but I want to be helping my friends,
Well, the World Tree needs you now, so don't worry about your friends. I'm sure they're fine. It's not like any of them would die.
He looks like he wants. It's better not.
He's saying to a guy who has died.
Yeah. I don't think Caspian party.
It wasn't permanent.
As
Well,
Still
you-
happened.
Alright, well, I guess we better get back to these boring drafts and get on with the actual books. Then I can make them beautiful. This is dumb. Why are we doing this?
Because the World Tree needs a library. If this is going to be a place for, world, the life of everything being here, may as well have the sum of knowledge, too.
Well, I agree with all that, but I don't understand why we're making a draft. Let's just write the fucking book. Then I can make it pretty, and you do all the fancy words, and we'll be done.
Well, we need to make a draft to make sure the translations are complete, because, I don't know about you, but my ancient Duragar is not the best. So we need to double-check everything before we put it down to paper.
Alright. If you say so.
You don't want to translate fire light lichen to fire light lich. That'd be a big mistake, and people would get very confused.
But wouldn't
So-
that make it more exciting? Have misinformation just a little bit, then people will have the misinformation. Then when they find out the real information, they're going to be so excited.
Caspian, these are books. These are new clothes. They're not supposed to be misinformative or entertainment, because we haven't gotten to the fiction section yet. This is just etymology or study of bugs. For now. But we'll get to the more entertainment.
Okay.
Alright.
So, as Nar and Caspian write on their scrolls and create these new books for the World Tree, time passes like water through fingers as you've been here now for most of the day, as you see the sun start to set and more of the patrons of this library start to leave.
I guess we can head back now. You hungry?
I could eat, but, I have to watch my figure.
Honestly, I think you're a little too skinny.
Okay, fine, we'll get dinner. What are we even eating tonight?
Well, I heard there's these nice, fried rhinoceros beetles this vendor's selling not too far from here.
Rhinoceros beetles.
No, hey, that's what I thought too until I bit into one, and oh my god, they're crunchy.
Well, okay, if you're gonna make me, then let's go. Let's go get some food.
Okay, come on.
And Nar's going to close the book he was transcribing to his new robe and just walk on out. Just maybe a nod to the lady at the secretary's desk as they go by. Just, familiar nod. They've seen him.
Yeah, Caspian just follows as well.
Okay, and as two of you, sorry, I'm just trying to get the maps all loaded up. The two of you head out into Eden's Garden, and as you make your way back to the wagon that you have placed outside the city, you pass by the vendor that's selling the savory treat Nar was talking about. The two of you end up.
Fried rhinoceros.
Well, I've got to say, I don't hate it. It could be a little better, but if at least it's crunchy, like you said, and kind of juicy. For bugs, it's not terrible.
Just need to eat them right. And he just takes one and breaks it in half and out the innards.
But you could have told me that before I ate the fucking wing.
Well, that was enjoying it. Didn't want to interrupt.
This is the problem with you. You never tell me what to do before I do it. Then I look like a fool. Are you trying to make me less attractive?
Do you want an honest answer, or...
Well, a friendship isn't built on fucking lies, so yes, I want a real honest answer, Nar.
Well, as a neat freak that you are, it's kind of funny to see you get stuff on your face and you're freaked out. But to be attractive, you're always going to be attractive, Captain. But it is fun to mess with you. Gotta stop.
No. Now we need to know, is there actually shit on my face? Prestidigitation.
I'd say Nard does time, but he makes a spot.
Are we going to go through this game again? Last time it didn't end well. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitates it back. Hey, I don't know, we set that tree on fire. That wasn't my fault.
It was your fault. You're the one with fire fucking magic, not me. I can't cast fire spells. That's all you. Just because I pissed you off doesn't mean it's not your fault.
It wasn't necessary for you to step on my toe, and he just makes another spot on the middle of his shirt.
The face is fine. Do not put spots on my shirt. I will banish you. And I can, so don't test me.
The two of you, after traveling for probably about an hour or two, as the sun is getting very nice and dim, you guys get to the bridge, as you know familiar. And for the past few days, you've been having the sensation as though something is wrong with the World Tree. And now more than ever is it screaming at you as you cross over the bridge, making your way closer back to the World Tree.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, like something's wrong.
I think we better hurry up, because this is not normal.
Yeah, let's speed this up. You got Expeditious Retreat?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Well then get to casting, Magic Man.
Gosh, you're so bossy. That's why I love you.
Oh,
And-
thank you, Nar. I appreciate it. But less
Okay.
talky, more casty.
He casts Prestidigitation again on a forecasting next tree to run out of his way.
So, out comes more onto Caspian as Nar then whips his fingers at the horses, and the whole carriage starts to rapidly go fast. Can you both quickly just give me a perception check?
Ooh, perception.
Yes, please.
I'm not very good at those.
I got a
15.
Okay. Caspian, what did you get?
15.
Okay, so perfect. You both start seeing on the ground giant footprints in the grass, but the reason it's been catching your guys' eye is that it's as though the footprint, as it's being placed, is burning the ground below it. And it is moving the same close to the World Tree. But as you guys get very, very close to the entrance, you can tell that the footprints are moving towards the hills placed south of the tree, about a 12 to 15 minute walk away as you roll up back to the World Tree.
Okay, so just to clarify, we see footprints burning the grass, heading towards the World's Tree.
Yes. And as you get to the World Tree, you could tell that they differ off and head a different direction, not going directly at the World Tree. So when you get to the World Tree, there's no more footprints.
Okay. I assume we're gonna investigate that. That would be my assumption.
Yeah. Who the heck? Nars goes a little pale. Oh, gods, I hope that this isn't who I think it is.
And who might you think it is?
A very bad old acquaintance.
That's not very specific. That's just as cryptic as saying, I will hope this isn't who it is. And then you say, really bad acquaintance. How the fuck am I supposed to remember who that is? I don't know anybody that you know, except for Kylu. And, Dad, but fuck, whatever.
Remember that story where I told you I was possessed for a while?
Yes?
Yeah. Might be that thing.
Ooh, well then maybe we should really check it out then. Let's go.
Yep, okay, toodaloo, let's go.
The two of you walk after the tracks and make your ways to the top of a hill where it leads down to a canyon. And as you look upon this canyon, you can see that there are forces from Saphira, a new form of tiefling that is kitted in leather gear. And within this, I'd say, unit of 50 soldier, there is a very terrifying fire giant. And this is where we go back in time.
I wish my computer would go at the speed I wanted to, because then this whole transition would seem a lot cooler.
To outside of the greatest arena. And as the party exits the greatest arena, the words Sabira last said lingering in the air. The horsemen have already searched for the necromancer. Saphira's forces are already moving towards the World Tree. As the key is in her hand, you've already lost. And as all of you exit out of the arena, what do you do?
Never was a better time for a take a drink.
Didn't they say they gave us a airship at the end of the last one? Is that for us? They're like, here, take this.
Well, technically,
boat.
it was Sabira's, but I don't think she's going to use it anymore.
Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna approach Integral. Is she still here? She's still around?
Sabira killed her.
No, she's still alive.
Nope.
She's like,
Nope.
She did?
Yeah, Sabira killed her.
She killed her off screen.
oh, that's annoying. Well, is she really dead then? You know?
No,
Anyways, I hop on my Griffin, I fly away. I'm looking for potion shops and shops that sell diamond dust. I'm no longer asking if I can go to the damn shops anymore. I am just going.
You could tell right away, Nordor, as you fly over top of it, has a bunch of shops to offer. Instead of heading
This
all the way
guy
to the city,
for
you
4
could
hours
go
last
down, could go down there and find that.
Yeah, I'll go to Nordor then.
What time of day is it, DM?
It's closer to the evening. It's probably close to 6 or 7 p.m.
In this part of the continent, is it already like a bit of a dimmer, like darker hour, or is it still
It's
pretty
more
bright
of
out?
an orange tint to
Okay.
the land.
Rubia is gonna look around at the party and just let out a big sigh and say, I have to find Kailu. Got to tell her what happened in this mess. Lord knows where she is. But I've got to go get her. If any of yous want to come with, you're welcome, but I'll be taking a bit of a different means of travel, and it won't be an easy one.
I don't know if we should leave Raven alone. I would have went, but not right now. You got it.
I could go get her myself. If you all want to look after Master Hailstorm and figure out this mess and also figure out that, and he points over at the new airship we apparently have adopted, then I'll get her, and I'll break the news as softly as I can. But I'll be back within a day at most. Just figure this shout out and maybe don't move and call me on the bracelet. I'll let y'all know once I've got Kylo and I'm coming back.
Alright, Rubio. I hear you. Go ahead.
He's just gonna look around at everyone for kind of like, it almost feels like it's gonna be a last moment for some reason because he just doesn't know what's gonna happen next. Life seems very fragile to him at this point, seeing so many people just disappear within maybe 10 minutes. So with that, he's going to raise both hands and clap in the air, and he's going to cast with his last spell slot, Dark Polymorph. It's going to change into a young red shadow, or sorry, an ancient black dragon. And adult, not ancient. Yeah, wrong level. He's just going to turn to a black dragon, and he's going to fly off towards the last place he remembers Kylo being. Not saying another word.
So Onyx hopping on his griffin, flying to Nordor, Nordor, and Rubio morphing into a dragon and flying off. Cars and Raven standing there alone. What do you do? What are the two?
Raven's not there. Raven walked away.
Oh,
Yeah, Cars followed you. That's how we ended last session. I followed you carrying your great axe.
Oh well, Raven's just kind
Wandering.
of sitting against the wall on the outside, just with his back against the wall.
I'll approach, holding your great axe just from the hilt across my shoulders. You need a minute?
I think I'll be alright. I just, there's a lot. Last thing I was told was, I'd make a good role model, because, the way to protect everybody. So, clearly I didn't do that.
I mean, I'm here. The rest of the party's here. We lost one. Against all odds, you protected us against more loss. I know that's not a win, but it's less of a tragedy. You made a hard choice. No one else did.
Yeah. I think I'll be alright. I'm probably gonna be quiet for a while. I've lost so many. And
I don't think the
Eldarion-
body. Sorry.
No, you're
Go
fine.
ahead.
No, you're fine. Oh, darn, it was just... Man. The whole thing with the horseman thing. I damn near choked him out. He helped me write that letter. A big mistake. And then, I can't lose any more friends, man. I just don't know if I got it in me anymore. I cared about
Losing.
her, you know. I really did. At least thought I did.
Losing people is hard. Losing the reason, or potential reason to get up and live. You never recover from. It's world shattering.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I ever did. I don't have positive advice for you from that.
Which, I mean, it is. It is what it is at this point. It's just, I've seen so much death. So much death. And I always seem to be just far enough behind. I just couldn't save it, man. And it's messed me up, man. Like,
Raven.
yeah.
Sometimes being behind is better than being ahead. The day that I lost, the day that I took, 3 lives. One being my own, metaphorically, which means it didn't actually happen. I just want to preface that for you. The other's being my wife and what she held. I saw too far in the future for looking what I wanted and had. I didn't take a second to just be behind. I think that you will recover. I know you will. Elle will be a hard one to recover from. Her, I don't think that'll be that hard.
I hope you're right. We gotta do something for him, man. We can't just leave. Like, he was pretty important for the little time he stuck around. So, I mean...
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Elle. Literally, me and you would be dead. I'm cocky, I'm not that cocky.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, he kind of... I mean, he swooped in for sure and saved both of our asses. We just can't... We can't
honestly,
leave him there.
Onyx grabbed him. We'll do something. I think I need to tell you, you've grown a lot. I've watched you grow next to me, and that's not a... It's not a slight. You're more adaptable than anyone else in this body is. You've grown a lot. You've grown a lot with Elle, with me. You're an amazing brother. And I'm not gonna lose another one.
I refuse. I will fucking... I don't know if I could make it through another one. We can't lose anymore, man. We can't lose anymore. Every time you lose somebody, a piece of your soul goes with it, and I just don't know how much soul I have left to lose.
My great-grandfather always said one thing. Spirits are there always. I'm not telling you to be spiritual, but when we lay to rest whatever wickedness is out there, we'll see everybody again. I told you a long time ago, I can't promise that I will be there at the end, or that I will. I can promise you that no one else in our party will die.
That includes you, man.
I can't. I can get anyone out of a situation that revolves sacrifice, Raven.
Alright, fine. I'll make a pact with you right now, being who me and you are. Nobody else dies before we do.
He's gonna put your great axe down on the bench that you're sitting on or the wall that you're sitting against. And he's gonna put his arm out.
Yeah, Raven will take it.
Nobody dies before us.
Agreed.
He's gonna lean in and like pull you in to a very tight hug, where basically he's using your shoulder as his headrest. You know that's gonna involve a lot of crazy shit, right?
I mean, maybe it'll take my mind off of it. Right now, I'm even scared to go to the bar right now because I just don't know. I need a drink, but I don't know if my mood can take somebody smarting off. It's gonna take one fucking just, I don't know, just off remark, and I don't know.
He chokes up at the remarks you're making, even though they seem really non-emotionally charged, in a way. One more pact since we're here.
Yeah.
No more drinks until we're done with all of this. You and I, that'll be had, but we're soldiers at heart. When we're done, we drink until we can't.
I'll make that deal with you.
Let's go find Onyx.
Yeah, he got everything because I'm not leaving a shred of him laying in there.
We can go check, but I'm pretty sure.
I'll go check.
And he'll watch you walk off and just wait. And I'm sure that's where our scene ends.
Yeah, Raven will walk in there.
So,
and, just look to make sure nothing is left of Elle, and he'll just kind of stare at the spot for a minute. And kind of nod and walk out. Woo!
Y'all guys are making me tear up.
It's called acting, chump. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
It's called tequila.
Oh, Brad, go.
As a Raven walks in, just to make sure nothing was left behind in the arena, the blood stains, the ashes that were left
I got
scattered
the ashes.
the smudge that was left from Sabira, grabbing it and smudging it across her face, and once again Sabira's corpse lying there lifelessly.
Her corpse is still laying there?
Yeah, no one moved it except Rubio casting a spell that no one could tamper with it.
He'll probably kneel down even after everything that's happened and make sure she's not in a compromising spot. Like, he'll lay her down flat and put her arms across her chest and kind of touch the top of her hand, and then just walk back to where Cars is.
And as you make your way back to Cars, Onyx arrives in Nordor as you come to this walled-in city, braced from another walled-in bigger city. You are granted access to the shop area.
Nice.
You can tell that every person in this city, everyone within these walls are Goliaths, and off the rip, you're noticing something out of the blue. For everywhere you've been inside of the Great Empire, there's not been a single tree, a single speck of grass, except for here. For everywhere you look, there's little bits of grass and cherry blossom trees growing from the sand. And in a giant marketplace, you can tell that there's a sign that says Alchemist.
I will approach the alchemist for favor.
You make your way up to the Alchemist, and this big, bald, giant Goliath, about 8 feet tall, sitting on a steel stool, looks at you. How can I help you there, Janansi?
Yeah, I'm looking for a potion of speed. Got any of those in stock? Health potions, maybe.
Oh. Shit out of luck for health potions there. The shipment wasn't able to arrive, so we made an arrangement with the capital of the Republic to keep them. So if you need them, I hear they have a surplus. But for speed, we do have you. One moment while I deal with a dog.
I'll put the dog in the shop. Is that the manager? Oh my gosh.
He pulls out the health potion, and you could tell that where he's pulling it out of is a small box he keeps underneath his stool. And as he puts it down on the counter,
500 gold pieces.
You got 2 of those? I'll take 2.
I only have 2.
I'll take them. I'll take them both.
And he reaches in and puts another one on the table.
That's good. In total, we're gonna put a little bit more on there. Say, well, I only have 2, and it seems as though you need them.
Extortion? Is that kind of
Well,
messed
I
up?
mean, look at your armor. You're a paladin. What are you going to not give in to someone who needs the money? You seem kitted. You seem loaded. I'm asking for a couple hundred gold more for something that I'm not going to be able to get for a long time.
Yeah, but I earned this armor. I didn't pocket off some dead guy. Whatever. I'll give you 50 more gold. That's my final offer.
That's good to me. And he pushes the 2 health potions, or the 2 speed potions forward.
1,050. Cool. You know where I could get some diamond dust?
I would go and just talk to the jeweler down there.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll head out. Go to the jewelers.
And as you start walking towards the jeweler, you can see the Goliath that you talked to kind of running within the crowd of people. And as you make your way up to the jeweler, the same Goliath sits down on another metal stool wearing a different cap. What can I get you?
You're like a one-man show, huh?
Who, me? No. No, I own this shop.
Yeah, okay.
What can I get for you?
I put down 600 gold. I need this much in diamond dust. It's 600.
We see him pull out a little very fancy scale with 2 kind of half cups on either side, and he puts it on the table, and he puts a weight on it and starts putting a bit of diamond dust to weigh it, and then he puts it into a bag and puts it on the table and takes your gold.
All right, pleasure. So you got like a place that sells like a myriad of things, you know, incense, candles, that kind of stuff.
I would go and speak with the druid, but you're more in luck to go to Dragon City for that kind of items.
That's kind of far. I'll go talk to this druid. Where are they at?
And just follow the mountain of fucking leaves and bushes you'll find. She'll be over there.
Roger Dodger. I do that.
And as Onyx makes his way over to the druid. Oh, yeah. You find her sitting kind of right by the little creek that passes through Nordor. Above her is the cherry blossom tree. She's dressed in a beautiful leaf-made dress, and she turns around this gorgeous Goliath.
Hello there, sweetie. What can I do for you?
Hi. I was wondering if you got like candles, incense, like stuff like that. No spell components.
What's the occasion?
talking to a dead friend.
Oh.
Yeah. I
I'm
appreciate the
sorry.
cheery demeanor, though.
Well, you seem very nonchalant about speaking with a dead person, but I can see what I can do for you.
I'm
And
processing.
as she's scrimmaging through her items and collecting and sensing candles, who was he? Was he an ally? And she kind of looks you up and down. I'm not assuming a lover. Was he a brother? A father? An ally?
You ask a lot of questions.
Oh, I do. No one really wants to talk to me around here. And she's getting them all into a nice hemp-made bag.
Nice.
I'm
Well,
just curious.
you could go to Eden's Garden. There's tons of druids there. They're happy to talk to like-minded people.
Oh, I bet they are, but this land, as you see, is dead. So I've made it a goal of mine to revive it from the scars the war once brought. But here you go, dear. And she gives you 2 candles, a box of incense, and a couple of flowers on the inside that you could use to burn. Don't worry about payment. I understand losing someone might be hard, and you're processing in your own way.
Yeah, it's mostly denial right now. Just gotta keep busy. There's
I would hate
bad
to be
guys out
around
there.
you when you hit anger, because you seem like you could really do some damage.
Sometimes. Here, let me make. I like your cause. Let me make a donation.
Oh, there's no need for a donation.
I drop 100 gold and get out of there before she can.
I'll take that if you really want to give it to me. I'll take it.
I just drop it and then hop back on the griffin, fly back to the group.
And as you make your way back to Cars and Raven, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Rubio, as you make your way in to the scales and nails, you go back in time for a quick second. And Kailu, as you enter into the void, you notice that everything's changed. It's almost expanded. More room for ideas and thoughts you've had. You've had an idea about the overall entrance of the void, and so that idea was created into an island. Your connection with the world tree has made its own within your void. And as you are within the void, doing what you do, you are feeling a sensation that's screaming, calling, begging for you to help, and it's calling you from a place you once called home. And from that sensation of pain, you almost feel like a dagger pierces you. And you feel like something is very wrong. What do you do?
Okay, great. I love how that starts. Well, first thing is that Kailu's probably going to try to meander around this new void real quick just to get her bearings and see if the wrong feeling is coming from the void or if it's really coming from, like, the world tree. 'Cause that's what it feels like, but she's not, like, entirely positive. Better to be safe than sorry. Check all your check off everything on the list.
For the sake of this, roll me nature, just for the sake of this.
Oh, okay. Fun. Whoops. Give me a second.
What a great start to a stream. Jesus.
So, as Kailu kind of digs into her feelings and into her sensations to kind of gather.
Oh, it didn't look like a good roll, but the reaction. That was okay.
What was that, 14?
Yeah, they rolled a 14.
You realize that Kailu kind of realizes that this sensation, this overall fear she's feeling, isn't coming from the void. It's almost like that sensation is now screaming for you to leave.
That's concerning.
We should stay.
Ruby, you just don't want to get hit?
It's okay, Ruby's used to it. Since day one,
Sorry.
the fire giant.
Okay. So that's concerning. Since the void seems like things are taken care of, Kailu's going to manifest a door and decide to step on out because, like, this is not a good feeling, and the party probably should be aware that some shit's going down.
You open up the door the second that Rubio walks in to the tavern, and before Rubio can even say anything, you hear murmurs from the left side.
Could you believe that Sabiro could even betray our people?
And to the right of the tavern,
So Jimathorn wasn't a fraud. Man, I could really look up to a person like that.
and Rubio moves closer towards Kylo.
I want to know what
Yeah.
your face looks like, Rubio.
I was actually about to describe that because I'm assuming the moment I walk in, I see this portal open up and she pops in.
Yeah.
Looking
Have you
only
ever
slightly
seen-
worried.
Have you ever seen a parent's face where they know they have to tell their kids it's bedtime and they're having a fucking great time running around and they're just like, I gotta be the bad guy. You
feel
see
like the
Rubio's
situation's
whole
more than that.
demeanor, which is normally like stiff and straight and stuff. He just goes completely relaxed as he sees you, as him himself is almost bracing. And his face is a mixture of like concern, but also like adoring father kind of look at the same time. So yeah, he looks uncomfortable, but Rubio will slowly walk up to Kylo as the portal shuts behind her and say, or he doesn't even know what to say. He'll stutter his words for a second and say, Kylo, it's good to see you, but he'll take a big deep breath. We need to go talk in private. And he'll
What?
flick a coin over to the bartender and
Now I
say,
know
I need a room for at least the next 10 hours. And he'll like put out a hand for the bartender to throw him a key. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's on you, Brad.
how
Brad?
I'm trying to think. Just give me a second. So-
Kylie, you go.
Yeah, Kylo,
Okay,
go.
yeah, well, you're thinking. How long have I been indisposed? Time is different in the void.
Rubio thinks for a second. He kind of like counts the things. At least a couple days, if I'm not mistaken. Nigh a week almost.
Oh. Oh,
A lot's happened.
goodness. It only felt like maybe half a day. That's concerning. Okay.
At this point, I'm assuming the barkeep is throwing me a key, and I'll say,
Yeah.
let's go upstairs. Got a few things you need to hear, and I think it's best from myself.
Oh, God.
But I'm happy to have you back, and he'll just take a few steps forward and give you a hug without saying anything. But it's a tighter hug than you expect. Which really kind of like portrays his concern, and he'll lead you up the stairs without another word.
Kylie was very concerned. Very concerned.
Oh
This
no,
is
my
all
dad
right.
gave
No
me a
problem.
hug.
You got
This is a hug of get ready, kid.
Yeah, I know what kind of hug that
your
is.
room.
I need to build strength for myself in order to reveal what's gonna go down.
Oh god.
The door opens, and as Rubio opens it slowly, you can feel the anticipation of what's to come next as the two of you make your way in. The door shuts behind you.
He's gonna do the classic like sit on the bed slowly and then the little like 2-pat next to him indicating to sit down. Just with like a very calm smile, like it's gonna be okay kind of vibe.
I was just like, but sits down. She trusts Rubio, so it's fine.
He's gonna interlace his fingers and let out a what I'm about to tell you. It is gonna hurt, but it has to be said before we can move forward. And he's gonna then turn his head towards Kylo and say, I'm just gonna not sugarcoat it to put it plain. Darian is no longer on the plane of the living. He passed in order to save us. He gave his life for us. And the reason that he had to die was because, as I feared in the back of my mind, Sabira was indeed a horseman. And she went rogue. She tried to kill Jimmy and all of us intervened. But Eldarion got there first before the rest of us could, and we were surrounded by berserkers. To put it simple, Kylo, there was no other choice. Without Eldarion, this whole world would be lost, including my life, and eventually yours. So yes, we lost a close friend of yours, maybe, a comrade of mine, but in the end, it was a necessary death. And I think you've learned the definition of a necessary death by now. And he'll pause for a second and say, do you have any questions, love?
I was just like sitting there, staring at him. Just staring at him. Entirely unsure how the fuck she's supposed to feel, processing everything that she was just told. So let me get this straight. Sabira couldn't be trusted. And because of that, Eldarion is now dead. Is that what you... Is that what you mean to say?
That's a simplified version, but just as our past comrades and also the past cursed people, most of them did not choose to be evil or side with Saphira. This was not Sabira's choice in the end. I found this out after I resurrected her corpse for a few questions via dark magic, and I learned from her that this was not her doing. But I also learned, and I feared the most of this, she is given the key over to Saphira. Saphira is going after the necromancers, as I also feared, hence my task to get them myself, and we are in a very poor position, which I believe this is why we need to get ourselves over and find some allies, potentially maybe in Eden's Garden or something, somewhere, but we need to gather more strength before we keep on pushing on. But yes, this is exactly what happened. Jimmy is now going to take over, who I believe to be the next reigning king of the Empire, with the current young king's help. Something along Empire rules, I don't know how it works. But the Empire is now in good hands. For now, as a party, we have to regroup, gather our strengths, and push forward onto the next position we need to be in. There's no time for crying. We have to be strong. You could cry now. You'll look at her. You could cry in private. But as Merlin's chosen, as Murphy's Law, as all the names our group and party has been given, we're bearing the weight of destiny on our shoulders. We do not deserve to cry. The people we are saving deserve strength. So be strong for me, and be strong for the entirety of the people we're doing all this for. Be strong for Eldarion too. He didn't give his life just so we could be ninnies. You're a strong daughter I wish I could have raised. And I'm proud to be in your life again. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here now.
It's at that point that Kylie bursts into tears.
You'll grab her and rest her head on his shoulder and rub her back, the typical fatherly embrace. And you'll say, that's all the pain out.
Absolutely breaks down for a second. And then a thought occurs to her, and she surfaces really quick, and she's like, what about the key? The key! What happened to the key that we gave her?
Still rubbing her back, he says, fortunately, as I fear, Saphira has her grasps on it. We have to figure out how to deal with that, but for now we have to find people who can help us with that. Losing Eldarion, a magic expert of his level, we need something to fill that void. or I don't think we can solve this key issue.
Kailu lets out a very angry, very wet yell, which I will not be able to perform because I am currently in a hotel, and that would be disrespectful to everybody around me. So she yells, shouts really loud, angrily, and just like throws a punch at air. She doesn't want to hurt anybody, but she's having a lot of emotions. She's having a hard time trying to cope with them at the moment. The only thing that she's just like quietly repeating to herself is she like starts pounding her fist on the bed. I told them not to give it to her. I told them it would be a bad idea.
Rubio's just gonna like nod his head and let her do her thing.
Yeah, she just crawls into him and continues her crying fit until she's done. A few minutes later, gross-faced, puffy-eyed, snot running down.
The whole nine.
Rubio, I'll cast Prestidigitation and just clean you up, clean up my robe where you were sitting. And he'll take both of his thumbs and just slowly like wipe the tears away from your eyes, getting real close to you, and he'll put both his hands on his shoulders and say, enough of crying for now. We have a party to get back to. We have a plan. We've got things to do. But just know this. Proud of the woman you've become. And I would do the same thing for you that Eldarion did for us that day. 10,000 times over. I would go to hell for you again. So even though you might feel alone in this world losing your friend, you aren't. And he'll go from shoulder to one last hug and say, alright, let's go. And he'll kind of chuckle a bit as he gets back into his mindset. Trying to break her mindset at the same time, you know?
Yeah, no, Kailu is despondent and very sad. And after, like, she'll follow along after him, but after they get outside of the building, she's gonna be like, What happened to his remains? Has he been buried? Is there somewhere that we could go?
He'll smile because he knows everything's fine. He'll say, I cast a spell so no bodies in the area could be tampered with or messed with in a dark way. Onyx, I believe, collected all the dust remains.
You failed to mention that there's no body.
Yeah, I did fail to mention that. Rubio say, yeah, as he says that, he'll say, as unfortunately the power that devastated our friend left nothing but that. But his spirit can be honored even through dust. I think he just need an arm, really. And he'll look back at her and say, we've got plans to honor our friend, don't you worry. And he's just trying to get a laugher out of her, but Rubio's bad at it.
Not
he's
going
a new
well.
father, in a sense, you know what I mean? He's got that, like, okay, I'm trying to find what sticks. And he'll say, the party is back by the arena, and I told Master Cars not to move. Speaking of which, and he'll activate his bracelet. I've collected Kailu and we're on the way back. Don't you move.
Will do. I have Raven.
Rubio just realizes he's too tired, doesn't have enough spell slots, to fly back over where he was, and he's going to look over at Kailu and say, do you possess any interplanetary or dimensional travel that could get us back to the party? I've kind of expended all of me mana.
Technically I do, but I don't have it in me right now. The energy that I had to put into the void to try and rework it, and I had to something is wrong. And I think it's wrong with the world tree. It feels a little wrong to bring up what with the wake of Eldarion's passing, but something isn't right. And the things that I did in the void drained me. I don't think I could help currently, but I could summon a mount if you didn't want to do all the work.
You see Rubio's eyes light up, and he pulls out a small black orb you recognize as he's mentioned before, Pearl of Power, and he will whisper its once a day word usage, and you'll see tendrils of black energy surge back into Rubio, and you'll kind of like throw it up in the air and catch it again in like a cheerish way and say, "Forgot I had this little bugger," and he'll put it back in his cloak and say, "I think I've got it in me now. This thing helps when I've cast too many evil spells." And he'll recast what he did earlier, and before Kailu's eyes, he'll turn into an adult black dragon. And I'll use my last slot once more to cast Dark Polymorph. And the dragon has the same alignment as
like that's a
Rubio's.
very like father like daughter type of thing, to just become an animal and be like, it'll make travel easier.
I can unfortunately choose only evil things, but it's still great. You'll see the large adult dragon bend down, stretch out its wings, and kind of motion for you to hop on its back.
I'm gonna hop on up there. Why not?
Just in the middle of the
Not
street,
the weirdest
you know.
thing that I've ridden.
In front of all the dragonborns.
As instead of it being more like an actual transformation, the dark polymorph almost makes it like a black cloud kind of covers Rubio, and from the cloud it grows wings and grows into a dragon. And as he bows down, Kailu pops on. All the citizens memorized by this appearance as Rubio takes off and makes his way back to the greatest arena. Meanwhile, Onyx lands down at the greatest arena to see Cars and Raven up against the wall on the outside.
I'd actually like to do something before I get to them on the outside.
No, you
of the
can't
arena.
rage.
I would like to rage. No, I'm gonna fly in the arena and look at Sabir's body. And I spit in the dirt. And I say, "You weren't worth the armor you were wearing." And then I'll go meet up with Raven and Cars. I never liked this lady.
Wow.
That's my favorite
Same.
insult you said.
As Onyx makes his way out of the arena to regather with Raven and Cars, what do you guys do?
Raven's probably catatonic.
So, are we commandeering that airship, going to Eden's Garden or something?
Why there?
I have something I want to do there. Something that involves all of us.
Is that where Elle was from? I honestly don't really remember.
Nar's there.
Sorry, above table, did Elle and Nar meet? Were they ever meet?
They never met.
No.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
I wasn't here for that. Oop. Okay, yeah, no, I just want to, look, I have something I can possibly do in Eden Garden.
This whole time, Cars is writing in a little black book. I'm gonna put it down. Fine. I don't care where we go. Gotta get the rest of the body, though.
Guess we're waiting.
Oh, Onyx.
Yeah.
You, I don't know if Elle was religious or not. No one really asked him. You have ceremonies for this kind of thing when we get the body back together. I think we'll need it.
I think maybe we should find a nice spot to lay him and then do the ceremonies.
I like that idea.
I want to get out of this
Fucking
stupid
city.
kingdom as quick as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this fucking place.
Yeah, I'm one for loyalty and honor, but this place was blinded by their fucking values.
At last, something we all agree on.
Three brothers again. Hey, Onyx.
What's up?
You're not allowed to die either, by the way.
Oh, I don't plan on dying from anything but old age.
Good. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Oh, I'm gonna hold you to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the far-flung future, Onyx is just like this really big boulder on the side of the hill.
It's not.
No, it's just gonna be a statue in Stillwater. That's not a statue. It's me.
As time passes, about an hour goes by, and you see a dragon flying down towards you with Kailu on its back. And as it lands down, I'm assuming you drop the dark polymorph.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it for a bit.
As soon
Who's
as
back in a fight?
It's too fun.
As soon as Raven sees Kailu, he probably starts tearing up again.
I let her off my back again, like head down, wings stretched. Walk down the
Yeah,
knees.
no, the moment that Kailu has her feet on the ground and she has looked at the rest of the party, you can clearly tell she's been crying. Her face looks very puffy and her eyes are very red.
The dragon
And she's just going to like grab at, because Rubio's a giant dragon right now, so she's going to grab Onyx's arm and then grab Car's arm and like force a group hug into Raven. With the
dragon
entire
wraps his
it's
wings
not-
around the party as well.
It's not forced at all. I embrace.
There's a surprising non-forced from my end either.
I
Yes,
just
it's
blot
more
out
of
the
a
salt.
Everybody
Okay.
comfort the druid immediately.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
This is a
DC1.
cuddle puddle with Raven being the nucleus.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mid wing wrap, I'll drop it honestly, and I'll join the hug.
Just gonna sniffle and be like, I heard about Eldarian. I'm so sorry I wasn't here.
It's fine.
I didn't realize I'd been gone for so long.
Nothing you could have done anyway. I
We'll
really
have our-
tried, though. I want y'all to know that. I really... I thought
We
I
all
had
tried
it.
our best.
We all did.
And he's just gonna, like, put his giant forehead down on your shoulder. I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little sad cuddle puddle for a good minute because I think we all need it. We all deserve it.
We should do like a short rest.
Just so 30 minutes of cuddle puddle.
Better for an hour.
In this too, you know, Cars will. This party's had a lot of loss. It's not the first. Murphy, in his own way. We just all need to stay strong and understand our goal. Not to say we shouldn't mourn, but unite and get stronger.
We gotta find a good, nice, beautiful place to put him down.
Hi, Luke.
Agreed.
I've been thinking on that. I'd argue that, aside from maybe Raven, the two of you were the closest that we're aware of. This might break your heart also. So his, utopia would have been the void, it sounded like. I don't think there's a better resting place for him than there. It's a burden that you'd have to carry.
I was gonna get emotional again. Also, out of character. Fuck you, guy. Heartstrings. Fuck you, guy.
It's you!
So, yeah, Kailu's gonna get a little more emotional. And then she, choked up, is gonna be like, he probably would have liked it. Yeah, I've changed things around a little bit since we were there, but, I think I know exactly the spot that he would have liked. And, she's gonna glance around to the party because she doesn't know who. I mean, you mentioned that Onyx took care of things, but she didn't like. Did you? I was told he was
Dust.
Dust.
Yeah, Sabira ended up stabbing him with some sort of fucking, I don't know, blade that she had.
Dagger.
And he just... There was nothing I could do.
I have gathered up all that I could. carry it, safe passage, and then
Let's do that first, huh?
Can we do that first? Kylo, are you good to do that, or do we need to wait?
I'm certainly going to be very tired after, but I can probably manage another instance, especially if I don't change anything. It's hard to explain and very taxing. And she's gonna take a deep breath, try to muster up the energy from how tired she is from all the crying and all of the renovations that she's done, and she's gonna pop open the door, which now, instead of just looking like a green opening, it now looks like a double door entrance into like a really fancy library. Got like door knockers and some really interesting filigree on it.
You'll definitely get a side eye from cars. It's not like a hostel. It's like a okay.
And as you go into the void, do you leave the door open so that everyone else can follow?
Kylo would be the last person in, specifically to make sure that everybody was allowed to come inside.
So you all enter into the void, and for cars, you're seeing the change. Way more space. It almost describes Kylie's personality with how the buildings are placed, how each individual, each monster, each beast has its own inhabitants. Unlike when Ferrer had it, it was fend for yourself and live where you can. And Kylo, as you...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
No, this place is, man. This place is beautiful.
It really is, yeah.
And Raven's just gonna take time to look around at all that's in here.
Kyle's going to be a little bashful, because she is technically responsible for reworking everything in here recently. I tried to be accurate and whimsical at the same time. I wanted the creatures to have something comfortable, but I didn't want to restrict anyone.
You did great.
guys,
Thank you.
I don't know if you'll humor me, but I may, now that we're all together, I may have a chance to talk to Eldarian one more time and find out what he truly wants.
Are we
okay?
By the way,
It's not 100%. If it fails, then it fails, but
Could you explain that to me?
it might be better if I just do it.
It's
honest,
not
it
gonna
kinda-
ruin anything, is it?
No.
Okay.
Seems like you could have said that earlier because Kylie. You know what? Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
I want it out of that city. I'm gonna, now that we're in the wood, I'm gonna set up a circle.
I got some bad news for you, pal, but as soon as this door is open and we're out of here, we're back in that city, like...
Yeah, but Eldarian isn't there. He's in the void.
Yeah.
He'll see the void.
That's fair.
I thought, that's why I want to go to Eden's Garden originally. Because it's not this fucking city. But I'm gonna set up his stuff. Like, I'm gonna put, like, his ring of invisibility, a candle, you know, his stuff alternating with the candles. And I'll put the bag of ashes in the middle. And then next to it, I'll light a couple incense. And I'm like, all right, everybody. Normally, this is a one-person thing, but I'll try and bring us all in, and I'll hold out my hands to people next to me.
Raven will take it.
Kylie will take it, absolutely.
Everybody.
We'll make a
And
little ring of people.
We're circle handling this.
Yeah, just kind of daisy
Ring
chain
of
it up.
fire.
And I'll
Ring of
spend
fire.
Good old
my
fashioned
5th level spell slot to cast Commune. I asked Brad about this. He said I could use it for Eldarian.
This
Ah.
to Eldarian as he's in the afterlife. Would you answer the call?
Sensitive voicemail.
Hold on. I got a dial-up tone. Hold on.
I feel like Eldarian would answer. I feel like he would want his friends to have closure. So yeah, I think he is answering the call.
As Eldarian gets summoned in this circle, from the sparkles within the skies forms Eldarian in front of you guys.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
buddy. I don't know what to say. I didn't think this would work.
It's gonna get real emotional again.
Oh god.
Look, hi guys.
It's great to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
You know you
We
died,
won.
right? It's one of
yeah.
okay.
I'm aware
I
that
squeezed
I'm dead.
Car's hands real hard.
I'm aware.
He's like, I just didn't know.
Look, Eldarian, okay, for my sake, I know of ways that we can bring you back from this, but I need to ask you, is that something you would want?
No, I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm truly happy at the moment.
Kylu quietly starts crying.
Review
Oh yeah,
pipes
there's
up.
Car. He turns to Cars like, Cars, the conversation we were gonna have before Sabira. I kind of trapped Shelby in a demiplane, and since no one can open that demiplane except me, or enter or exit except for me, she kind of died in there, and we're together over here.
Oh shit, she died.
Oh. Good to hear.
You saying that specifically to him, like, he breaks down in a full cry.
Raven,
Yeah.
No words.
you're my role model. Don't forget it. I love you. Stay strong and protect everyone else.
I tried so hard, man.
I know. It's okay. I'm happy. You don't need to mourn me. I'm happy over here. Kylu, finish your book and keep being amazing. Onyx, I'm sorry we never had that conversation about your god. And I hope you found your diamond dust.
Yep, right here, buddy. Brandy's dog.
Rubio, I know
Hi.
we didn't really like each other or get along, but you accepted me in the end, and I appreciate that. Look after your daughter and finish that bitch off. Saphira, not your daughter. Finish Saphira off.
Right.
Finish her. Kill her. Make her no longer alive.
For you, I will.
You were the best friends anyone could ever ask for. And if anyone is gonna end this, it's gonna be the five of you. And I think that's the minute, and he just fades.
Yep. There it goes.
Right as Eldarian fades away, you can see on his left hand someone grab onto it, and his hand's familiar as it's Shelby's taking him back with her. As Eldarian goes into the afterlife, you see the dust form from the egg and flow off into the twinkles of the sky that was once Eldarian, allowing him to be at peace. And all the candles fade off.
As it's flowing
And
away,
it-
Raven will just look at it and go, I love you too, man.
And this is
Uh,
where
Kylu just like sits on the ground and starts crying again.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation and just make like a green shape of like lights of like a T-Rex in the sky.
Through like the crying, Cars will just go, we weren't friends.
I'm gonna get down,
Oh,
rub
did he not
Kailu's
say
back.
anything to Cars? Shit.
Wait, retcon it quick.
Rec-
Oh god. Yeah, I'll get
Oh.
down.
I
Like
thought
I'm
I
ready
hit
to-
everybody.
It's okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna get down.
That 4
rub
charisma really
Kailu's
happened.
back. I didn't ask what he wanted to do with all his stuff. Let's just leave it here as like a memorial site. Does this sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
He did say the 5 of you were the best friends he could.
He
ever
did. No, he
He
did.
did say the
He
5.
didn't include the 5.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
Who cares?
Cars will pull out a blue dragon skull and 2 wings that we got earlier in, and lay them there. Tis ancestry, no. I don't know if that was blue, but draconic blood. Let him fully rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off. He's gonna before even as you're saying something, whatever anyone's saying, he's gonna wander. And because we're in the void, he's gonna go wander up.
Yeah.
Because
No.
he can.
Raven's just gonna take a
say
few
that's
steps.
a fun new effect for everybody to learn. The fact that you can literally wander anywhere you want in Void. You can physically go wherever you please.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but I didn't mean to cut you off, Austin.
No.
I wanted to preface. He was.
You're fine. Just Raven's gonna probably kind of walk forward a little bit, like almost following where the dust trails off, and then just kind of take in the scenery. Oh my god.
And this is where we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
I need it.
Oh,
Still
Jesus.
have
Yeah.
10
That was
minutes
so
of the
much,
fate
bro.
dice.
Oh, fucking Cars wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. By
Cards-
Yeah.
default, unless one of
So-
y'all decide otherwise.
What
chat,
are the
that-
what are the totals
10
at right
minutes.
now?
Let me run back and do it real quick.
We will do that and we'll come back and tally it up after the break. You have 10 minutes, chat. Go get your popcorn, get another drink, and use the washrooms because it's not done being emotional.
And intermission.